Hello there, my name is Rachel Joanne, Senior Developer at Legalpedia. I'll be taking you through a series of videos showing you how to use Legalpedia Pro on your iPad. This training is going to be taken in bits and pieces so you can really get to know your Legalpedia Pro app to help you maximize its use in your research. By the end of this tutorial series, I promise that you'll be so proficient at using your app for your research needs and also be proficient at using Legalpedia app in conjunction with other apps on your iPad to allow you to accomplish tasks faster, more effectively, and to increase your productivity. With that said, let's quickly dive into our first lesson today. In this video, I'll be taking an overview of the Legalpedia Pro app so you can know exactly what resources and tools you have at your disposal. By the end of this overview, you should be able to find your way around the Legalpedia Pro app. Just a quick reminder, if you have questions, suggestions, or anything you want explained in detail, please send an email to tutorialfaq@legalpediaonline.com. It will be displayed on your video screen below. I'll take it again, tutorialfaq@legalpediaonline.com. Now let's get back to our overview. At this point, I want you to have your iPad handy so you can follow through with me on this tutorial. Now let's get to our tutorial. Now to use the Legalpedia app, you look for the Legalpedia icon, which is this, and you tap on it to launch the Legalpedia app. Now the first screen that will be open to you is the Legalpedia homepage. And on this homepage, you will have the search bar, which contains a search filter, which I'll be explaining more of that in a different video. We also have the search bar where you can type in your keyword. And you have the advanced search toggle button. I'll be explaining all this in a later video. At the bottom of the search box, you will find 4 buttons. And the first button shows the latest Supreme Court cases and Court of Appeal cases. So you tap on it to see what latest cases we have available. The next button is the Legalpedia e-library. Now tapping this button displays all the resources we have present in the Legalpedia app. I'll be explaining this further in a bit. The next button is the Judges NJC Evaluation Tool. Now this is a tool specifically designed for judges in conjunction with the NJC. Now with this tool, the judges can send in their quarterly reports to the NJC. This will also require a different video to do explaining this in detail. Now the final button is foreign legal resources. Now tapping this button actually displays all the foreign legal resources we have present in Legalpedia. You will need internet access to have access to this. Now, we have foreign resources to different countries, and tapping on any of the countries will load the resources on their site. Now, let's get back to Legalpedia e-library. Now, here are all the resources, as I said, in the Legalpedia app. The first we have is the subject matter index. Now, this is all our cases which have been classified into a particular subject matter. Now, tapping on a particular subject matter will display all the principles of law or areas of law within that subject matter. And tapping on any of these principles will load any related cases to that principle. Next, we have the Supreme Court cases, which have been indexed by year. Now, tapping on a particular year will show all the cases that are indexed in that year. So we have cases from 1960 to 2015. We now move to the Court of Appeal cases, which also has been indexed by year. Tapping a year will just show all the cases that have been indexed in that year. The next resource will be the laws of the Federation, which have been indexed but in alphabetical order. So tapping on any alphabet will display all the laws under that alphabet. Next is the forms and precedents, which we have already categorized every form and precedent into a particular category. Now tapping on letters here will show you all the different forms and precedents under that category. Next is the law dictionary, which also has been indexed by the alphabet. We move on to the legal maxims, which also has been indexed in alphabetical order, and you tap on it and you see all the maxims under that alphabet. Next is the legal reviews and articles. These are different articles that have been written by legal experts in different areas of law. So here we have just a few. Next will be our MBA publications. Now these are publications that have been made in the Nigerian Bar Association, and we have some of them in our app. Next will be the state rules of court. Now the state rules of court, we have every one of them for the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. So tapping on any state will display its schedules, the forms, and the different content that will be available in that state. Next, we have other rules of court. Here we have the Admiralty Jurisdiction Procedure Rules, Court of Appeal Rules, Federal High Court Rules, Fundamental Rights Enforcement Procedure Rules, different other rules of court that we have available. Then we have cases that have been specially categorized by court. Like now, we have the Federal High Court cases. So these are all the Federal High Court cases available in Legalpedia. Next, we also have the SEC cases. Now, these are SEC cases that we have compiled through different years and we have available in Legalpedia. Then we have cases from the National Industrial Court. And finally, we have our Sharia court cases. Now, basically, that is all as regards the resources we have on Legalpedia. Next, I'll be taking you through our menu items. On the menu item, you have Ask a Legalpedia Lawyer. Now, this is a special tool we have designed whereby you can ask any legal questions that you have and send it to our admin, and your questions will be answered in 24 hours or less. Next, we have legal news. This just displays the latest legal news in the legal industry. Next, we have the case management tool. Now, this is a tool that has been designed for every legal practitioner to be able to store and have records of the cases they are presently working on. So you have a tool to store the cases you're working on. You can add a case, but there will be a separate video to explain this in detail. Also, we have a tool that you can use to keep track of your clients, those you work with, their addresses, their phone numbers. And also we have a tool to be able to keep track of the tasks you are doing presently. Like I said earlier, we'll have a separate video that will explain all these tools in detail. Next, we have our About page, and we also have our feedback form. Now, with this form, you can actually send a feedback mail to Legalpedia, and we'll answer and give a response to you in 24 hours or less. Next, we have our Facebook page and also our Twitter page, and then our sign out button. Now, this concludes everything or the overview on the Legalpedia Pro app. In the next video, I'll be taking you through a detailed step-by-step process on how to do a search on Legalpedia. Now, this brings me to the end of this video. Once again, I would just like to remind you, if you have any questions, suggestions, or anything you would just want us to explain in detail, feel free to send an email to tutorialfaq@legalpediaonline.com. Thank you for listening and watching. Have a nice day.